this series. I'm sure you are all aware that Manscaped is the official sponsor of this awesome series, and I want to extend a massive thank you to them for showing interest in what is still quite a small channel. And although that may be true, this is a small channel. Over the past year and a half or so, I have had around 5 or 6 sponsorship offers, but this is the first one that I've decided to go forward with because of how much I truly believe in the product. I really think it's an awesome product. I've had offers from various mobile games and earphone manufacturers, and I've always taken a look at them and just thought they're a bit crap, so I would prefer not to endorse them. This is effectively an endorsement, right? So it needs to be something that I believe in, and I really do believe in this product. They have been gracious enough to send me their this is the Perfect Package 4.0. I received this about 3 months ago, and I've been using it since. They do what is known as the Performance Package 4.0, which is this, but with the addition of like a nose trimmer, which is quite similar to the Lawnmower 4.0, which I'll show you in a second. So this comes in a nice little faux leather bag, certainly a nice little thing, a little carry bag for you to take around with you. It keeps everything all neat and tidy in one space. If I open it up, it comes with various other small little accessories, including the ball toner, aptly named, and the ball deodorant. Very good. I like it a lot. This, let me just say, guys, and I know the demographics of this series, so I think we can all be honest with each other. Didn't realise that I would need something like this, or that I even would like something like this, but I do. It's awesome. I highly recommend it to anyone. A bunch of kind of extensions to the lawnmower itself, and as the name suggests, the lawnmower is in fact for mowing down there, guys. Nice and ASMR-y in its noise. As you can see, it has a little LED light, which just there, which helps to keep everything very safe. You get very good vision of everything that you're working with, and the shaver itself is just absolutely top notch. It has a type of safe technology which greatly reduces the risk of nicks and cuts, which, guys, I think we all know. We've probably all had those grooming accidents. I know that I've had them in the past, especially when I was younger, and I was maybe a little bit more haphazard with my technique. I am just not a fan overall of attacking that situation with a razor, and I certainly know that there are a number of shavers like this, electric shavers, which are also probably not best suited to the job. This thing, the Lawnmower 4.0, its entire job, the way it's been designed, is to be safe and effective at its job, and that is its job. I'm an absolutely massive fan of these types of products. I've been completely converted to using them regularly. I used to kind of get by with just things that weren't fine-tuned to the task, which obviously leaves gaps for maybe something that's slightly unsafe or just the odd accident here and there. And like I said, I'm completely converted. So guys, you can use code MEDIC, MEDIC, to go over and get yourself a massive 20% off all products over at Manscaped, as well as free shipping. Time to get on with the episode. Well, that was interesting. I hope you guys enjoyed that little sponsored segment. And thanks again to Manscaped for sponsoring the channel. It's making it much more viable for me to do very regular videos. So yeah, I'm very grateful for that. And I hope it wasn't too abrupt for you guys. But either way, let's jump into the survival gameplay. So I'm here tasks, but when I sit down to watch some Minecraft ASMR or any kind of gaming ASMR, I just prefer it to be slow and considered, and actually, when it comes to Minecraft especially, or things like RuneScape, the grindier, the better. So yeah, I have a concrete business. If you play on ASMR Craft, you will know this because I don't shut up about it. But I would say I'm probably the largest. I'm about to say the largest, but I'm probably the only person who's actually selling concrete. So, oh, we have some skeleton horses. That could be useful. I might go grab some name tags and try and keep these. But I'll leave that till later, until they've despawned, no doubt. But yeah, I think I'm probably the only person who actually sells concrete, which means I have earned quite a bit of money, especially sort of while I've not been online. I have 2.2 million, which I think probably puts me near the top of Battle 2. Battle Top 2, yeah, I'm the 10th richest person on the server. Oh yeah, that's right guys. So what that actually allows me to do now is quite freely buy some of the more grindier things from the admin shops, like bricks, stone, wood types, and I could probably go out into the shopping district and buy things quite freely. So the next time that I do a stream, I am going to start building properly. I'm going to start actually fleshing out my area nicely and making it look less industrial, because let's be honest guys, it just looks so ugly right now. I put some minimal effort into this build, but I got bored, or should I say, I got distracted, more like, when I started actually trying to design a roof, and I just thought, you know, I'm a businessman at the moment, you know, I can't get distracted by this kind of thing. I've also got a concrete storage area which has everything I need to refill my shop in the shopping district. And so I've got two main objectives for this video. Now I certainly won't complete them because they are grindy and therefore they take a lot of time, but it will give you a glimpse into the life, or a day of, should we say, me on the server. Number one, I think we'll get this out of the way now because it's kind of satisfying. I need to take all this down, all of my copper. It's finally oxidized, and I haven't been smelting the copper that I've recently acquired through mining. So I think, you know, it's high time that we get rid of all this stuff. I'm gonna start from the front. We're gonna mine it all up, and actually let's turn the blocks up a bit so that you can hear, because I quite like the sound of copper. That is not loud enough. But yeah guys, thank you so much for your support over the last, well, I guess, month and a half, ever since ASMR Craft started, both from the server's perspective and the perspective of just my channel. The interest in this server has been higher than any other Minecraft series I've ever done. I'm regularly getting views way higher than what used to be my average, so I would say, just to give you guys a kind of benchmark, I used to get maybe an average of about somewhere anywhere between sort of 600-ish and about 1,000 views per Minecraft episode, whether it be on the Realm of ASMR, on AGN's Realm, which is surprising, you know, considering that has some big ASMR artists on it, like CMP and Let's Play, and obviously it's AGN's Realm, so, but even so, I did get sort of around 1,000 views, which is not bad for a channel of my size, so, you know, no complaints there. But recently, with this series, I have been getting an average of about 1,500 to 2,500. In fact, my most recent Minecraft video, no, the one before which is just ridiculous. I mean, I used to never really get, I'd generate maybe literally £1 or £2 per video. So you're not really doing it for the money, not at all. And it's not really good money for the time that's put in. But it's a hobby, it's fun. That's not really what it's about. But the most recent ones, they would generate, about 10 quid per video. God, my jumping is awful. Which is pocket money. That's pocket money, and it means that, if a video takes 1 or 2 hours to make, editing and whatnot, it means it's actually well worth my time. So I'd probably, instead of doing it like an extra tutoring session, I can now go, especially with the sponsorship, I can actually think, I'll make a video because, we've all got to make our money, especially as a student. And yeah, it's really great. So I do seriously appreciate all the support you guys have been giving me, the channel and of course the server. And thank you for all the for all of your donations as well. They have been just unbelievably helpful for the running of the server. But yeah, just wanted to say a quick thank you. My God, this is gonna take ages. How much we got? 3 stacks. It's gonna get us some good money. I did not realise I had quite so much copper. I thought there was about maybe 4 stacks of copper here, but we've barely even gone through like a quarter of it, and there's already this many stacks. I may actually need to go sleep. Oh crap. I tell you what, I'll let them out. Even the horse, I mean, I'm not going to ride it. I think it's a pretty poor horse as well. But I think I'm going to record this video for maybe 45 minutes-ish, so that will probably be the length of the video, which obviously you guys can see. Because I have some tutoring that I need to do, ironically, after what I just said, in about an hour and a half from now, so I need to just kind of revise a bit of GCSE chemistry to make sure that I can answer any questions that my duty throws at me. It's not quite as bad as math sessions, which do require for me to do a fair amount of work beforehand. But tutoring, guys, if you've got a sort of subject that you're quite comfortable with, GCSE level or A level, whatever it may be, and you've not really considered tutoring and you need a bit of money, I would highly recommend it because it is good money for really fairly simple stuff. It doesn't require too much work. Right, okay, we're actually making our way through this now. I also actually was having half a discussion with some of the admin recently. Actually, it was on the public chat as well, so with some of you guys you might remember. Considering doing another 24-hour stream. So I did one of them about, my God, was it last year? It may have been longer than that. I think, well, my channel was monetized, so it must be within the last sort of year and a half. I don't think I've been monetized for longer than that. Yeah, so we did one, and it did well. It was fun. We raised $400, I think, which it's a modest amount, but it was good for the any amount is a good amount, really. It's all for charity and whatnot. And that was for St Jude's Children's Hospital in the US. So my question to you guys is, if you have a charity that you have a particular affiliation with, or particular, it doesn't need to be a passion for, ASMR Medic Discord, and yeah, I'll take a look at it because I would probably, I've got a couple of charities that I personally support. Obviously, it's rare that you find maybe like a medical charity, so like St Jude's that you don't support. So I was more than happy to go with them last time, but you know, I don't know anyone obviously who has been to St Jude's or has received care or support from St Jude's, so perhaps it'd be nice for me to pick one for myself this time, but I don't really know if there is a charity like that for me where, well, I guess there are a couple actually, thinking about it for more than 5 seconds. But yeah, I mean, it still, you know, it still stands true. If you guys have got a charity that you are very passionate for, do send me the name or link my way. And I would love to look at them because I was considering maybe doing another 24-hour charity. Oh, did that just disappear? Oh my god, am I losing them? Oh my god, I'm so dumb. But there we go, that's all done. One left. But yeah, I'm considering maybe doing it, if not next weekend, maybe the weekend afterwards. It is much easier to do, especially a stream of that kind when my girlfriend is away, because it's a bit unreasonable for me to expect her to be quiet for 24 hours straight. In fact, it's impossible. It's just not. It's not fair at all on someone. So yeah, I'll keep you guys updated on that. You know, no promises. It might become not feasible, but fingers crossed. Anyway, let's go sell all these. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, almost 8 stacks of oxidized copper, and they sell for 20,000 each for half a stack. Oh my! What is that then? So whatever. Let's just see what balance. We're on 2.2 thousand at the moment. Oh, $310,000 from my oxidized copper. It's worth it, guys. That's why people have all their copper out here. That is absolutely delightful. That is so satisfying as well to sell. I love that. I love that so much. So you might be wondering why I've got all these shulker boxes. The reason for that, oh look how much clearer that looks. The reason for that is, let me put this away, is my concrete farm. So I have a bunch of shulkers, and from what I remember, I restocked all my white. Oh my god, it's been, oh no, that's the black one. Okay, yeah, here's the white. So a bit has been bought actually. Light grey is all out. Grey is all out. Black is all out. Oh my god. Right, we're gonna have to sort that out. So I've got all the dyes, that is for sure. And I actually did some mining of sand and gravel recently, so I'm going to show you how I make my way through all of the dye and concrete powder to make everything for my shop. So we'll start with light grey because I've done the white, and we're just going to go step by step. So I don't think we're going to make a huge amount. We'll make 4 stacks of dye worth, which is, I mean, it is still quite a lot. In fact, let me put all these down. So we've got 7 shulkers worth. That needs fixing. I'm gonna throw those away. Okay, so I would go, and then we've actually got shulkers of sand, so I didn't empty them because I am lazy. Right. guys are too kind. I'm really just like astounded by how much interest there's been in it. Obviously, I know that Minecraft ASMR is, you know, good stuff, and we're all big fans of it. But this is the first time that really there's been such a huge interest in my Minecraft content. My longer ones usually did really well. The ones where I kind of compiled everything into like a 10 or 12 hour video, so I'm quite tempted to do that again, but with ASMR craft stuff. So we can see how that goes. You guys obviously can let me know if you're interested in seeing a really long compilation or whatever. Okay, we'll do 2 more. I'm quite bad at judging how much sand and gravel I need. Okay. 1, 2. Okay, we're just 1 shy, and that's fine. That's a bit like annoying, just aesthetically, but we will deal with it. So let's go turn all of this into wonderful solid concrete rather than concrete powder. So we don't need that. I don't want to break it by accident. Need to reset these. There has to be a way of doing that automatically. But then what I usually do is I'll set each of these here. Put all of these in here. I'm actually just going to pop this in here just for now. We can put it back in later. I just need the space. So that will all make its way into the dispenser. Somebody did tell me about this faster way of moving a bunch of like an entire chest of items, because I am such a huge noob that I didn't even realise you could do the kind of shift click thing. Okay, so that should be making its way into the observer. Very nice, I'll take a stack. In fact, I won't need any. We'll clear our toolbar and we'll turn the volume down so that the explosions are not crazy. You can see you guys are looking forward to it. So we turn this on. Oh, we need to go claims, explosions. Now what's good about... Oh no, maybe not. I'm about to say they actually automatically turn themselves off, but clearly they don't. Okay, so let's start again. That is still too loud, isn't it? Master volume 0, yet you can still hear stuff. So that should be exploding it. It's too loud, isn't it? I kind of wanted a very faint, like ticking sound as the concrete powder gets placed and the explosions go off. In my headphones, that sounded a bit abrasive. If you guys liked that, I will kind of turn it down in the editing. But let me know if it was like satisfying or just very distracting and annoying, because it seemed it was going way too quickly. So I may have to adjust that slightly for it to actually be usable. I'm all out of coffee. But yeah, we're going to go through this entire patch of concrete, which shouldn't take too long. I've kind of found a way of like optimizing this process, because just like that, good timing. Well, okay, sometimes it gets stuck, so it usually doesn't get stuck anywhere near as frequently as that. Okay, as you can see, these have gotten stuck in the up position. So I would say on average, once every like 3 double chests, I need to come here and just quickly reset that. But it only takes a couple of seconds, which is good. So this should be able to start moving again, which is good. Sometimes I don't know how it works. Maybe it's to do with like the timing and So they're moving, and I'm placing and gaining concrete powder at almost the same rate. I'm very slowly gaining them over maybe after placing like an entire stack. I will gain one. Actually, it looks like it's going down. So it looks like I'm placing them quicker than I'm receiving them. But sometimes it kind of, I don't know, maybe I click it like on a half tick, so or whatever. So it ends up kind of getting all backed up, and it doesn't. I end up gaining more than I should, or placing slower than I'm gaining them, and then eventually it just gets clogged up, and you need to break the block to kind of reset the system a little bit. But it happens less frequently now that I've kind of got the hang of things. So when I started using this thing, I built it, barely knew what I'd built, but it would get clogged very, very easily, and the entire process just wasn't as quick as doing it manually. So I have that, as I'm sure you've seen, my manual concrete maker, whereas this one, we're basically AFK. All I'm doing is holding down the right mouse button. So it's very, very fast. It's very, I wouldn't say AFK, but what I've been able to do is kind of shift my attention away from the screen and actually get on with a bit of work. So, and by work I mean just listening to lectures and stuff. So that's good. You can Minecraft while you're making concrete. So there you go. I'm very slowly gaining them now because it's kind of out of time. You see how like it's every like 3 pushes it gets stuck for a second. Now I'm gaining them, but I mean the difference is minimal, and it just means that after a while you'll just need to pop these back in and you can get back on with it. It makes really no difference, to be honest. But yeah, So even if it did this once every like 20 stacks, it's still technically, you know, way better than using the manual one. Because I mean, to begin with, you need to constantly be moving across the stacks, and you definitely don't mine as quickly as you can place the concrete. So it does take longer. It takes more concentration because you also need to think about the pickaxe breaking, which happens after like, I mean, an entire double chest to be fair, but it's still something you need to be careful of. But yeah, I was thinking actually, over Easter weekend, I'm going back to my parents for a little bit. I was going to bring my PC with me and we could do some streaming. Maybe like, oh no, tomorrow's Friday, so Saturday evening, that could be a good time. I also need to start doing my revision streams more, because I have my final exam. Oh my god, that is scary to think about. I don't like talking about exams and stuff too much in videos because it's meant to be like relaxation, and worrying about exams is not relaxing, but you know, it is something that I'm thinking about. I have that being said, I am going to talk about it. I have my final exam, like actual finals for my degree, in a month and 17 days. God, that is scary to think about. 47 days roughly, 46 days. The way my degree works, and I think generally the way medicine works at university in the UK. Sorry, I just need to reset that. Yeah, so the way it works, at least at my university, is that you have a whole bunch of ways that you're assessed. So not essays per se, but like assignments and stuff. Maybe it's usually actually one big assignment per year, like a big project. Then you have your clinical aptitude tests, which are called OSCEs. I don't know actually what they stand for. Observed. I have no idea. It's like the CE at the end stands for, so it's OSCE, OSCE. So the CE stands for clinical examinations. I should know what they stand for, but whatever. They basically just put you into like a clinical situation, and you're watched by like a doctor or some sort of examiner of some description. They mark you on, you know, all different things, you know, how you present yourself and how you talk to the patient, rapport building, and then obviously just your clinical aptitude. So, you know, different domains for that, and they're kind of scary because obviously they're in person. They're actually like you're talking to an actor or a real patient. But I mean, I don't mind them too much. I much prefer them to written examinations. And our written examinations are they're called SPAQs, which is single best answer questions. So it's a multiple choice exam. Each question has 5 possible answers, but they're called single best because most of the time at least 4 of the answers are correct. Generally the way it works is one will be definitely wrong, to weed out all the people that definitely don't know the answer to the question, I guess. Then the 4 would be right to various levels. So like 1 is the best answer, the single best answer, and then the other ones are right but not that right. You know, there is a better answer. So so many people in my family who, like, I explain how my degree works, and obviously they don't know anything about, like, I don't know, medicine in general or just like university, and so it's frustrating because I'll be talking to them and they'll be going, multiple choice exams, you're going to be a doctor and you're being examined with multiple choice questions. And I tried to explain it and they go, that's like so much easier than like the see where they're coming from, but even after explaining, usually those people still don't really get it. They still think it sounds like a DOS, right? So, but anyway, that's the exam I have coming up. One of these easy multiple choice exam questions, or like exams coming up. It's 120 questions, but it counts for 40% of my entire grade. Because of COVID, we had delayed exams, or like exams that didn't have any weight to them, that would have had weight to them because they were online, and so they've just shifted all of the weighting of those exams onto this exam. And it's annoying because the questions on this exam are on things that you learn throughout 4th and 5th year. So by the time we do this exam, we will have learned or been, physically taught in person or online half of the material. Because I'm in 4th year, we come to the end of my 4th year, 5th year still to go. I would have learned half of the material that I'm being examined on. But I guess everyone else is in the same boat, so it's still fair in that sense. It's just like you get a lot of questions and you think, I have not seen this in person. Like, you could definitely learn it yourselves, but it just feels like you're self-teaching a lot. You're paying like £9,500 a year to like just teach yourself. So yeah, and that's true actually to some degree. final stack. What do we have? 3 shulkers, 1 shy of 3 shulkers. I was trying to avoid doing that. There we go. A little bit, obviously, that's been caught up, but nothing wrong with that. Is that going to blow off a bit more as well? And that should be it. Okay, so that is the wrong one. Let's grab our shulkers. That's completely unnecessary flying over here. Oh, there's some powder there. How did that get down there? I'm actually going to take these as well. I don't know where they've come from. That is good. Okay, right. So that can go in there. Actually, you probably better take it from this chest, wouldn't it? You can go there. And have we lost some? Oh, it's probably this lot, isn't it? Yeah, I get that point. That looks like about half a stack, so that makes sense. It should be 100% convertible, so I don't think we actually lose any, at least theoretically. Let's fill these ones up. So yeah, it is a bit of a grind, but I find it relaxing, to be honest. It's like, actually we've not got enough space for it. We're gonna have to make another. I expanded these to double chests for just that reason, actually. I think I have some in my wood box. Yes, I do. Pop that there, pop that there. And in fact, let's make another one. Oh, I threw out those signs, didn't I? I'm such a dope. Okay. Yeah, I don't have any, it's annoying. I should just keep them now, I don't know why I threw it away. And that is going for 3,600. The ASMR Medic 64x4 600 light grey concrete. That could be the overflow chest. Put those in there. Okay, that should be good. Cool, okay. There's still brown, well, a little bit of brown concrete left. Actually, I'm going to check my coloured ones as well. Red. Oh my god, all out. Pink. Still, oh yeah, fair amount in there. Loads of magenta, or at least in that one. Purple I can't open. Okay, there's a bit in there, so I assume there's some in the other one as well. Blue. Enough. Light blue. None. Cyan. There's a fair amount. Green. Barely any. Lime. Loads. Yellow. None. Orange. None as well. Oh no, there's some in that one. Okay, we've got some to sort out. I also need to fill out my top levels there. I completely forgot about those. I'm meant to be selling things like glass and candles and whatnot, so I should go and sort that out eventually. But anyway, there's loads of cute things here now. Yeah, guys, thank you so much for watching. I hope you've enjoyed. Let me know if you like this format, or if you want me to have a more of a structure to what I'm going to be doing in these videos. I can, of course, do that. It doesn't need to be grindy type stuff. This is purely just, I thought it would be kind of interesting. What is this? that sentiment would go down very well these days. For reference, those who don't know, he was banned a while ago. Oh my god. Somebody has built a rather large farm near the shopping district. Actually, looks like they've made land, so I suppose it's not too big of an issue. But yeah, cool. I hope you've enjoyed it. Yeah, like I said, let me know what you think about the idea of the series, the streaming, and whatnot. And yeah, I look forward to hearing your responses. Thanks so much for watching, guys. I will see you all very soon.